Hello everyone, Chris England once again with another summoning session. This time I actually did go up to the spark on legendary Deirdre. Not just for Deirdre herself. I do love what they did with her, and I love the fact that they did actually give her an alt after it's not quite 5 years. It's more like about 4 years and about 10 months, but definitely something that is needed to change. So the other thing is that I'm actually missing every single one of the red heroes. I don't have Seliph, I don't have Galzus, and I don't have Hugh. I'm also missing Faye, which is a very odd thing for me to note on this banner. So it feels very, very weird for me to be missing so many units in such focused amounts. Like I was expecting to be missing maybe like one or two originally when I watched this banner, but when I saw that I was like missing five of them, I said, I might actually have to summon on this one as opposed to like maybe going until my so I have two methods of going through legendary banners. I either go up to my first 5-star, which is what I did with Asker, or I go up to the Spark, since I still have Fey Pass for now. So this is probably going to be my last long 2-spark summoning video for a little while. I do need to save up orbs in general, but for now, that's what I have for this round. So I'm going to be going back to my original method. So I'm going to be doing a question either from someone I know or from my ever-growing list of questions that I myself and I ask I myself and I. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started. So right off the bat, we get a legendary Seliph with plus defense minus speed. Not the best unit, as red is kind of the dump color for this banner, but as I am missing every single character, this is a welcome addition to my library. So the question that I like to pose to both myself and my viewers is, why do you think that IS will not do another Tokyo Mirage Sessions banner?
And so one of the big reasons that I get from a lot of people is that they don't want to do it because it would make another series for resonant battles, and it might make things uneven. But by that same token, they wouldn't want to do anything after Three Houses, because that would be the same thing. It would be the same thing also for Three Hopes in general, unless you count them as Three Houses characters. But I think the real reason in general for this one is that they don't consider it popular enough to come back. I do remember that Toma was constantly getting into the top 20s a lot of these CYLs. I think he got at least into the top 20 in 5, and then also in this last one that just passed in the top 20 of the males division. I don't know where he ranked altogether, but that's just one character. For them, it's kind of like saying, oh, we can just do a one-off of him, but it's not enough to actively do another banner, which is a shame since there are multiple different characters where you could just make OCs that have the actual mirages, or I guess they're performas. It's whatever it is, but it's more of they have the option to create more original content that they couldn't have done in the game necessarily. But I also think that IS no longer wants to share that with Atlas. They did it once, and they're not going to do a collab again. I think it's a shame because the popularity of that game was mostly hinged on the failure of the Wii U, a console that boggles the mind as to what brain dead person, or not brain dead, but what person thought that going from a motion controlled system to a system that was essentially the bottom half of the DS with the TV screen as the top half that would really sell well. But I can't say for IS. I don't think anyone can, but we can always speculate. Anyways, on to the next summoning.
I am the one, I'm here, infiltrated. Your time has come to be downgraded. I've already won, as far as can see, so keep your eyes on me. I recommend you keep your distance, I'm combustible. Keep on burning day and night, I'm unstoppable. I'm searing hot, I am untouchable.
a little bit further in, and we pull a Triandra, plus defense, minus attack. This one will unfortunately be used as a merge. So aiming for something that I wasn't normally aiming for, but I am trying to conserve orbs a little bit. So another question. What characters do you want to see as a Mirage for Maiko? So Maiko is another character that we've been hearing a lot of people ask about, and she actually is a playable character in Encore as a dancer. So the original idea that they said that they were going to do was either to have her as Fina from Shadow Dragon or Olivia from Awakening. But I honestly feel like Azura would actually be an interesting choice. Similar dress, similar body type, a singer, which would be would also be a very good opportunity for them to have as a Mirage for her. Other than that, I really can't think of any other dancer that wouldn't create a new set. The only other thing I could think of is maybe doing Laszlo. Or no, it's not Laszlo in that game. Laszlo or Azur, or Inigo, the son of Olivia, just as kind of one of those really weird ones. Plus, it would also even out. It would also be one of those cases where it starts evening it out a little bit more with more male ones. Sadly, we don't have many male ones with female backings, but that's an open discussion for yet another case. So let the summoning continue. we finally continue with a little bit more luck, getting a 4-star special Erica, the Amnesis one, with a resist minus speed. So now I finally have a merge. And another unit that I was really looking forward to, a legendary Fae plus attack minus resistance. So that is 2 units that I hit. So even if I don't hit Deirdre at the end until the spark, I'm still relatively happy since I did actually manage to get some level of catalog. And so if I go to spark and I get Deirdre, that's done with the blue. Only the red ones in the normal pool remain. So the 2 questions that I'll answer is there a collab banner that, if done, would put your wallet in danger? And this is a yes or no question. So yes, that is the short answer for me. There are several series that I would like to see actually in Fae. There's no real reason to name them because I don't personally think that IS is actually going to do a collab banner. And there are a multitude of reasons. One could just be the fact that it's a lot more work for them. So they have to get the localization. If it's a series that's exclusively in Japan, that might not be super hard. But if it's like a series like Persona 5, where I made the banner with only characters that shared both their English and Japanese VAs, they'd still have to do something with like localization. They'd have to get certain artists to do the actual design where it's the character in that costume as opposed to anything else, as opposed to just like the character wearing like a festival costume. But I think the biggest reason why IS will not do any collab banners is just because they don't have enough of a reason to do so. There's not enough people who want a collab banner that are vocal enough. And I say that more based off of the fact that I've seen multiple Japanese gacha games that do massive amounts of collabs. I know Shadowverse has done a bunch. I know that Grand Blue Fantasy has done a lot. I'm pretty sure that Princess Connect Redrive has done some. Azur Lane, which is not actually a Japanese one, but it's got enough Japanese stuff in it to do it, has done multiple collabs. I think the big question comes from the fact that is all the extra work and money put into a collab banner going to result in them selling enough of that banner? Because there definitely are banners that do not earn money, but it's also dependent on, are those seasonal banners or are they actually are they normal banners? And then another thing possibly to look at
the shit, spin the shit. Grab a seat. Are you ready? Are you ready? If there's one floor, can you get it? Can you get it? Grab a seat. Are you ready? Are you ready? If there's one floor, can you get it? 2回ストーリー学習帳みたいになんでもないことかっこ略法 Hey yo I believe これは大義理 Yo 静まり返ったらやいぎり輪になって踊りたいのにやっぱ取り合わなきゃいけないんだはいチーズでピューチーズ背もたれのない空気ス달리는 섹시 물러간 때 애니 메뉴 무지로 help me dance and dance 마오연이 movie back 우클리리 down Look at me 시다다가 I'm going 자꾸니 그겨 쇼군을 돌리 potential 다만 하시 death row 신호기야 맞대기 음마대그 in one of you break it down Don't care I don't care I don't play such a dumb game You know what I mean? I don't need a seat I sit where I wanna sit Where I sit my own seat No doubt I don't believe the hype No need to think about Even on the cloud I lean on the haze and dance Grab a seat Are you ready? Are you ready? If there's one floor Can you get it? Can you get it? Grab a seat Are you ready? Are you ready? If there's one floor Can you get it? Can you get it? We wanna live our lives as we dance Complete, no compete No seat, just see free No seat, just see free We wanna live our lives as we dance Pure play, no complaint No seat, just see free No seat, just see free London, Paris and Tokyo Singapore, Hong Kong Even if you're not there You can be a king or queen On a game you play so Just do it With silky flow with your patrol Keep the camera in control Side punch, now count countdown 最後の一脚誰のもんで誰のもんで誰のもん最後の一脚誰のもんで俺のもんで俺のもんお前が俺の上に腰掛けた次の瞬間尻餅をつくお前が俺の上に腰掛けた次の瞬間に勝負がつく Grab a seat Are you ready? Are you ready? If there's one floor Can you get it? Can you get it? Grab a seat Are you ready? Are you ready? If there's one floor Can you get it? Can you get it? Don't care, I don't care, I don't play such a dumb game. You know what I mean? I don't need a seat, I sit where I wanna sit. Where I sit, my own seat, no doubt. I don't believe the hype, no need to think about. Even on the cloud, I lean on the haze and dance. Hey, yo. Spin the shit, spin the shit. Grab a seat. Are you ready? Are you ready? If there's one floor, can you get it? Can you get it? Grab a seat. Are you ready? Are you ready? If there's one floor, can you get it? 2回ストーリー学習帳みたいになんでもないことかっこ略法 Hey yo, I believe これは大義理 Yo 静まり返ったらやいぎり輪になって踊りたいのにやっぱ取り合わなきゃいけないんだはいチーズでビューチーズ背もたれのない空気ス달리는 섹시 물러간 때 애니 메뉴 무지로 help me dance and dance 마오연이 movie back 우클리리 down Look at me 시다다가 I'm going 자꾸니 그겨 쇼군을 돌리 potential 다만 하시 death row 신호기야 맞대기 음마대그 in one of you break it down Don't care, I don't care, I don't play such a dumb game You know what I mean? I don't need a seat, I sit where I wanna sit Where I sit, my own seat, no doubt I don't believe the hype, no need to think about Even on the cloud, I lean on the haze and dance Grab a seat, are you ready, are you ready? If there's one floor, can you get it, can you get it? Grab a seat, are you ready, are you ready? If there's one floor, can you get it, can you get it? We wanna live our lives as we dance Complete, no compete, no seat, just see free No seat, just see free We wanna live our lives as we dance Pure play, no complaint No seat, just see free No seat, just see free London, Paris and Tokyo Singapore, Hong Kong Even if you're not there, you can be a king or queen on a game you play so Just do it, we're still people with your patrol Keep the game in control, stack hands, now count countdown 最後の一脚誰のもんで誰のもんで誰のもん最後の一脚誰のもんで俺のもんで俺のもんお前が俺の上に腰掛けた次の瞬間尻餅をつくお前が俺の上に腰掛けた次の瞬間に勝負がつく Grab a seat, are you ready, are you ready? If there's one floor, can you get it, can you get it? Grab a seat, are you ready, are you ready? If there's one floor, can you get it, can you get it? 「
and or at the end of the summoning session. Like I said originally, I'd sparked for Deirdre. And the results ended up being that I got one Seliph with a plus defense minus speed. I actually did manage to get another Plumeria, so that's 2 Plumerias. Both of them were minus attack. One was plus defense, one was plus resistance. I did, and then including the 4-star special Erica with a plus res minus speed, and the legendary Fae plus attack minus res. So all in all, I think I got pretty average pulls for the rates that what they aim for, since on average 40 summons at 8% should get you about 3.2 5 stars. So, and don't forget that amount does increase and increase higher and higher the more you miss. So it's around 3 to 4 is usually kind of the average of what you should expect from a legendary or mythic banner. So one thing I will actually answer to continue the collab idea is what are one advantage and one disadvantage. So the advantage to adding in another series as a collab is you increase the audience for your game. So like, for example, with Shadowverse, it's a card game base, which is not which might not be applicable to everyone. I know I personally like card games, but I don't really like Shadowverse. I don't think card games in general should be made into gacha, but that's just me. But I do know that there are some people who will play a game because there are idols in the game. And so by adding idols to a game, you increase ever so slightly the amount of interest that some people might have. Now, that can also be the main disadvantage I can think of is that it's kind of twofold. It goes in both ways. It's either the collab kind of takes over too much, like it becomes it becomes so proven that the collab works that you lose interest in the original thing, or it just doesn't work at all, and you end up wasting all that time and effort and money into a banner that really didn't earn you anything. But I actually do want to hear from everyone else in terms of the collabs, in terms of TMS, in terms of all the questions that I asked during this summoning session. So until the next time I actually have some more footage for summoning, I will see you next time. Thank you for tuning into my videos, and I hope you watch some more.